Welcome back to an episode of We Are Loroakan. It's also Sound Race, and we have an awful lot of portals in front of us. One of them is the right one. It's this thing over here, I think. But before we actually enter that thing, we are going to talk with Dame Aylin, because she's the Night Song. And let's see what she actually has to say. Wait a minute. Elminster just appeared. That's weird. Okay. Change of plans. We're gonna talk with Elminster Amar.
Elminster?
Oh, hello, my boy. No, don't mind me. I'm just enjoying a lungful of Baldurian air. Yes, a distinctive aroma, though perhaps not one worthy of bottling. I hear you've been browsing in the most esteemed of emporiums, sorcerous sundries. Indulge my curiosity. What wonders did you discover there?
Oh, all of them. We found the Annals of Karlach. It proved an enlightening read. You don't seem all that surprised to see Gale alive and well. Nothing in particular. Some charms here, some potions there. You know, Carsus made his crown, and Gale's going to reforge it. Well, actually, let's just not throw Gale under the bus. Let's just say that we found Annals of Karlach, and that we've actually read the thing.
So, you have learned the truth of the enemy we face. The very tool with which its eponymous creator unmade magic itself. Perhaps now you understand what is at stake here, my boy. Though what Mystra asked of you was extreme, it was not without merit, nor demanded lightly.
What are you saying? Or rather, what are you not saying?
Mystra knows you defied her, Gale. Well, of course she knows. She's Mystra. She bids you come to her holy shrine in the Stormshore Tabernacle. There, she will grant you an audience at last.
Whoa, we should meet her, Gale. She might be able to help us. Yeah, actually, why not? Let's hope that Gale is not gonna get destroyed here. That would be a bit iffy. You really think Mystra will be willing to hear Gale out? Mistress done Gale's enough harm. We don't owe her anything. Well, no, we don't need to oppose anyone. You really think Mystra will be willing to hear Gale out? Sounds good to me. Gale can tell her exactly what's coming when we get our hands on the crowd. That seems to be more like a threat, almost. Okay, so either we are just saying like, okay, we got rid of Mystra, or we are going to oppose her. You really think Mystra would be willing to hear Gale out? Well, we have to let it come to it. You should meet her, Gale. She might be able to help us, yeah. Actually, yeah, why not?
I'm curious enough to make the attempt. All right. An audience with the mother of magic, it is.
Perhaps that should have been your mission right from the start. Trust in yourself. Trust in the weave. If you are willing, trust in Mystra. There is a conclusion yet to be written in this sorry tale, Gale of Waterdeep. And yours is the quill that will write it.
Oh boy. And there he goes. So, Gale, my boy.
So all it took to get Mystra's attention was to learn how to reforge an artifact that once destroyed her. It's obvious when you stop to think about it.
Oh, really? The thing is, the weave did not actually get destroyed. It was still there. Maybe a little bit broken or whatever, but nothing really bad happened. Because if you think about it, the weave cannot be destroyed. The weave may be able to be stopped a little bit, but it's like building a dam for water, right? You can hold it a little bit, but if you don't make it flow constantly, the whole thing will break eventually, or overflow, or whatnot, and then the constant stream will be able to pass on nonetheless. So that's basically just it. It's a force in nature. What do you think she wants to say? That's a very good question. She's scared of you. You're one step closer to being able to challenge her. Nah, he doesn't need to challenge her. How could she possibly know we read a book? Hasn't she got more important things to worry about? Yes. This is actually a very interesting question indeed. Are you sure you want to go to her? She might want to punish you. But this is the thing. How could she possibly know we read the book? Hasn't she got more important things to do? Maybe this is exactly what Elminster gave Gale. Maybe this is some kind of buff or like surveillance magic happening there. Or Mystra is actually very interested in Gale, and this is exactly why she's looking. Very precisely. So, let's just get this question, because this is a very interesting one.
The Weave is a highly sensitive, magical network threaded through all life on this plane. Any shift in magical energy, no matter how small, is akin to a beacon, alerting Mystra to its cause. Opening a book, like the Annals of Carsus, was akin to us shooting a firework spelling, "Look at us, Mystra," directly into the skies of Elysium. She knows. This is a conversation that's long overdue on both sides. I owe it to her to hear her out. Come what may afterwards.
Oh boy, I agree. It's time we headed for the Stormshore Tabernacle. But it's obvious she's just annoyed you read it. Actually, we don't know. And that's exactly why we need to get there.
After you.
Alright, well, thank you. The thing is, I also wanted to talk to, as I said, the Night Song. But we have to postpone it, because right now it seems to be very interesting. Stormshore Tabernacle is somewhere on the eastern side. It's somewhere near the temples or whatever. Basilisk Gate, maybe. There you go. Meet with Mystra in the Stormshore Tabernacle. And yes, this is definitely not...
Orm treating you, Gale.
Oh, quite well, as a matter of fact. Since it was stabilized, it's been humming along nicely. I have noticed one adverse side effect. I seem to be losing hair in some unexpected places.
I can only imagine.
So, Mystra wants her playthings to be smooth down under. Very interesting. Very interesting indeed. It's a preparation.
Mistra's likeness. It's been some time since I stood before her in a place like this.
I'm sure you'll understand if I remain unbowed.
Wait a minute, where's Mystra actually? This one is blessed. Ah, there. Statue of Mystra. All beaconed up. We don't really see her. You just look at the whole statue thingy. Okay. Let's see what's gonna happen.
There she stands, just as Elminster promised. Mystra, goddess of the weave, mother of all magic.
The old man wasn't lying. She's opened the summoning channel. Can't you feel it?
Gale's right. The very air around the statue crackles with magic, as though the weave itself were coursing beneath her stony skin.
A stream of pure, undiluted weave. I only have to reach out, and it will carry me to Mystra, wherever she may be.
Go on then, Gale. We'll be here waiting for you when you're finished.
Time was, I'd have given my right arm for a chance to speak with Mystra again. The left one, too. Maybe a knee.
Stop giving your extremities away for free. Okay. Give more than a few limbs to be summoned to Mystra's presence, to look on the mother of magic herself. Is it? Really? I don't think she's that kind of a goddess. You don't owe her so much as a fingernail. She asked you to blow yourself up. Exactly. Like, this is yeah, this is the thing about suicide missions. They're somewhat extreme. Okay, you ready for this, Gale? Yes. I give more than a few limbs to be summoned. No! Even if it's a wizardy choice, we're definitely not gonna sacrifice any limbs. Especially if we are not able to grow them back. Ready for this?
Am I? You're right. I am a strong, capable wizard. And this is no more than a casual reunion with an ex-lover. My omnipotent, omniscient ex-lover. I always wonder what being nervous would feel like. I hate it.
Well, let's get your ass smacked. Do you know what you're going to say to her? Well, yeah. Of all the things to be nervous about, an audience with a goddess seems reasonable. Why do you care what she thinks of you? Oh, good question.
No doubt you yourself have sought Mystra's wisdom from time to time. But to not only receive her blessings, but her love, it was intoxicating. An experience beyond expression. During my time locked away in Waterdeep, I prepared a quite comprehensive speech for her on the subject of our former relationship and the manner in which it ended. Alas, recent events have rendered the majority of it moot, so I'm gonna have to improvise. Unless you have any words of wisdom to impart before I go.
Well, you're not taking me with you. What? Seek her forgiveness, Gale. It might be your only hope of curing the orb. That's an interesting one, but no. Make her squirm? No, we're not asking for forgiveness. We are not asking... We're also not threatening her. Tell her the crown will be ours soon enough, Don't give anything away. Just find out what she has to say. Yeah, this is basically the play it safe role. You shouldn't go to her, Gale. Don't give her the satisfaction. You're not taking me with me? What? Actually, this is the funny thing. Yeah, I would actually like... Let's see where one gets us to, but let's just hope we can select a few more of those
The
afterwards.
summoning channel Mystra has provided is for me alone. No one else is permitted to enter it, no matter how talented a user of the weave they are.
Well, I'm definitely not a high-level wizard. More like a ranger. More interested in the funny kind of spells. So, anyway, seek her forgiveness, Gale. It might be your only hope of curing the orb.
Mystra's forgiveness? If you want me to claim the crown of Karsa, she'll hardly be in a forgiving mood after that. I think it's best I keep a cool head going into this. Approach it like a particularly high-risk round of 3 Dragon Ante. I'll let Mystra show her flight, and then I can see how strong a chance we stand of winning the gambit. I'll only be gone for a matter of moments. The Outer Planes experience time quite differently to our own. Wait for me. Please.
And there he goes. Oh, that's definitely not a good facial expression.
Gale of Waterdeep. You look well.
As do you. But I assume we're not here solely to exchange compliments. So why am I here?
You discovered what lies at the heart of the Absolute, the crown of Karsus. And you disobeyed my instruction. Why?
Because you had no right to ask that of me. You cast me out. Remember?
You were my lover, my chosen. Yet still you know so little of me. The past cannot be undone with self-pity, nor can a future be forged. Only with the truth will you see the way ahead. The fragment of magic you tried to return to me was not of my creation. It was the Karsite weave. It is a corrupted, half-born magic, wrought in the brief moment Karsus ascended to godhood. It hungers for power, just as he did, and it can never be sated. You unleashed something that would consume all magic in existence, and yet you thought only of preserving yourself.
So that's what you're scared of. With the crown of Karsus reforged, I could take control of the Karsite Weave.
You can no more control the Karsite Weave than a weather vane could control a storm. That it entered your body and consumed no more than your powers was a miracle. But we will not be granted another. The only reason the orb sleeps is because I have allowed it to feed on the true weave. A temporary measure, but one that will not be enough to save us. With each day that passes, the Elder Brain threatens to become a new kind of god. Its worshippers, a scourge of soulless illithids. If you will not use the orb to end this abomination, then you must find a way to separate crown and host. When you've done this, you must surrender the crown of Karsus to me.
Great ask indeed. You've given me much to think on, as you always did.
So be it. Follow the needle of your own wisdom. We shall see how truly it leads you.
Yeah, okay. Follow your little needle.
Back on mortal soil once more. I can't believe I saw her. After all this time.
So, how do you feel now? You've done it. I'm not surprised. Her power felt overwhelming, even from here. Yes, I'm sure it was very memorable, but did she tell us anything useful? Oh yeah, let's just get right just to the chase. Anyway, this is always the thing. Like, I'm more of a let's state the facts here. I'm actually not really interested in their feelings, but in this case, we just use it in order to get a more like humane response from them. I always say I'm more of a Malkavian thing, but this is not. It's also not Malkavian. It's not Malthusian. It's Machiavellian. There you go. That's basically it. Anyway, how do you feel now you've done it?
Relieved. Drained. Proud of myself for summoning the courage to go to her in the first place. And, if I'm being totally honest, a bit lightheaded. As if it wasn't enough to have seen her again. She didn't exactly summon me there for small talk. The Karsite Weave. Within me this whole time. I knew the orb was no ordinary ball of magic before it to be Karsus's malignant creation. Gods! How did I not see that?
Hubris, Gale. Hubris. It's not your fault. You want to know. It's all too easy to miss things when you're blinded by desire. Yes. Because you acted the idiot and paid the price for it too, yeah. Blinded by desire. That's exactly it.
True enough. There's a reason such unwitting heroes have been the backbone of Loroakan legend for as long as both have existed. Even so, I was hardly some naive apprentice at the time. I considered myself an archmage, and yet was fool enough to be mistaken for a common conjurer. At least now I'm armed with the truth, and Mystra's expectations. It sounds like the door to redemption is open at last. All I have to do is walk through it, carrying the crown of Karsus.
Well, sounds easy enough. Is it what you want? Then we need to take this chance. You deserve to be cured, Gale. Yes. When you put it like that, it sounds rather easy. Third redemption. With the Karsite Weave and the crown, you could be a god. Yeah, but does he need to be? Is that what you want? All I have to do is walk through it and carrying the Yeah, it's... Ooh. Is that what you want?
Perhaps. I see few other options open to me. If I ever want to reclaim those parts of myself the orb snatched away. If I ever want to be me again.
We're going to cure you, I promise. Oh, again, the promise thing. I can try the best I can, but... promising things seems a bit much. You're a great man, Gale, with or without the orb. A better incarnation of you, I hope. Not the impulsive wreck who unleashed the orb in the first place. And what then? What will you do? I thought you more ambitious than this, Gale. I settle for mortality when immortality is on the table. But yeah, let's just probe him a little bit. And what then? What will you do?
I don't know. It's been so long since I dared to imagine an end to the orb's hunger. Better start thinking about it, hadn't I? Imagine being able to picture one's life ending in something other than a cataclysmic explosion. What a treat. If I can promise you one thing in return for your faith in me, it's this. I will use everything in my power to ensure we defeat this evil. I will not let you down. Now, I believe we've a date with an elder brain to get to. Shall we?
Oh, a candlelight dinner, almost. What an interesting choice of events that was. Fascinating. So, then... Thing new, companions, yada yada, Wizard of Waterdeep. Gale Mystra in the Outer Plains. She told him of the true nature of the orb, that it is the Karlach Weave, a half-formed magic created by Karsus when he sought to become the god of magic. Mystra asked that Gale seize the crown and then return it to her, in exchange for which she will rid him of the orb, claim the crown for himself, though, and the Karlach Weave would answer to him. Yeah, it's the Karlach Weave, and not the whole thing. Right? Now the thing is, Mystra is the embodiment of the whole weave, right? The Karlach Weave is just a little bit of weave. So, do you want a little bit of weave or do you want the whole thing? Big questions. Now, let's just go back to the camp and talk to the Night Orchid. Let's see. Do we have anyone else at the moment? Not so much, no. Night Song's all the way over here. And while we're at it, I want my Astarion back.
So, Gale's hedging his bets with Mystra? I can't say I blame him. Who'd want to hold a power like the crown of Karsus in their hands just to hand it to someone else? I know what my decision would be, but we're all different, of course.
You know, crown is very heavy on your head and makes it difficult to sneak around. So, I need you in my party. Will you travel with us? Yes.
Well, obviously I would, but you have so many followers already. I wouldn't want to crowd you.
So, where's the thing, Gale?
Well, in that case...
I'm all yours. Good. So, I do need to move some items, right? It's so annoying. Right click. Too heavy. So annoying. Wait a minute. Maybe I can make it lighter if I take the armor away. Still not working. 0.5, 0.9. Why does it never want to work? Come on. Every single time. Maybe one thing I can do is not have one bag of utilities, like consumable items, but rather 2 bags of consumables. There you go. Then I can have like a poisonous thing, or like buffs and whatnot, and then I can have this kind of thingy. So, Let's see. Could I maybe give Lae'zel a few more items that she can carry around? Maybe I can split a few potions also. Yeah, that's just really the thing. What kind of items can I like split up that I could give to others? Like 40 arrows of acid. It's a lot of arrows. But actually 50 arrows of ice. Jesus. Okay, maybe the Thieves' Tool. You don't need like 30 Thieves' Tools, do you? Especially not with his high chance of those Thieves' Tools actually working. So let's see. Maybe I can get like 15 trap disarming tools. Yeah. Let's get like that much. And Thieves' Tools like 50. Yeah, that's half that. So all of this goes to camp, and now he's actually able to carry a few more things around. Now the real question is, where's that stuff now? I placed it into the camp, but I do not know where it is right there. Let's just move it a little bit further. Yeah, where exactly? Padded armor, this is Astarion's beginning thing. Githyanki, chainmail. Okay, all of this is like... This goes up here, this goes up here. Now I know where it is. So, there you go. No, this is like... These kind of item stuff. So, that one can be closed. The head is somewhat special. Let's just place it over here. The hammer is also special, but the other stuff can actually be sold. This one, this one, this one. That's gems. Yeah, let's take all of those and put them into the... I think it's the first one. The gem bag. There you go. That one goes up here. That one goes up here. That's the pearl. Black diamonds go up here. Jazzite goes up here. That goes up here. That goes up here. And everybody's happy. I think. I hope. Except for that one. And that one. And that one. And I have a slight feeling that there's still a duplicate somewhere in there. Best way would be to sort by type and see if... Nope. Some of them right next to each other, but no, they're not. So, the actual thing I wanted to do was talk with Isabel and Dame Aylin. Let's just talk to Isabel first, and then we can talk to Dame Aylin about the whole Night Orchid quest.
Keeping very well, I hope?
Yes, mostly. What will you do now that your father's gone? Tell me again what did it... Okay, nothing new there.
Mother's milk, your visage speaks of ill tidings. Speak, ally mine. What troubles you?
Ooh, good question. A wizard's called Loroakan is looking for you. I was just wondering what it was like in that cage of Baldurs. Actually, we can hopefully get all of those answered. But let's just go in there with that Loroakan business.
Is he indeed? Pray tell, what does he seek from Dame Aylin?
Was her face always this broken up? Or was it smooth at one point? Questions upon questions. All I know is that he's put out a contract for your capture. He put a bounty out for your capture, and now there is a violent mercenary looking for you.
Let them come, and let them find me. Dame Aylin will strike down any who seek to bring her to harm's home. Yet, it is better to cut off the head of the snake than to let its slithering snakelings swarm us unabated. This wizard must be held to account. I will wring his neck until he's dead.
And this is the reason why I'm definitely not going to bring you to him. Anger issues. Let's take him down. Together? Sure. Don't pursue him, Aylin. He could be dangerous.
It is he who must not pursue me. Let us travel to his chambers, his lair. We will see him undone, in the style of the dead, unburied Ketheric Thorm.
I'm coming with you. I'd like to get a few licks in myself.
My darling, we agreed you'd scout for the nearest Selûnite enclave this very night. Let us divide our efforts. All the sooner to be reunited.
I won't let you go alone. Who knows what this wizard might have planned?
Our closest ally will accompany me, won't you? It will be a swift and fruitful chore. Hie we to this Loroakan right away. I am as eager to meet him as he is to ensnare me.
Oh boy. Please don't run away. And there she goes. Well, I think we actually opened a huge can of worms right now.
Aylin left to face that wizard, Loroakan, was it? Even after all she's been through, she thinks herself unstoppable, invincible. It all feels like recklessness to me.
Exactly. Loroakan can't harm her. Faith. She's reckless but powerful. Loroakan's probably already dead. Oh, you're right. Her temper will get the better of her.
That's my greatest fear. I wanted to help her, but she said she fights better when she knows I'm safe. I understand, I suppose. I feel the same about her.
Well, I'm going to help her in her fight against Loroakan. She can take her, yeah, definitely help her.
I'll rest a little easier if you do. You fought well against my father. I imagine a rat like Loroakan will be nothing in comparison.
Okay. Oh, wait, did we get any? No buffs. So... why can't we just get Karlach? Karlach Shadowheart to fight with us as well, like... that would be quite interesting. Because every time Nightsong is involved, Shadowheart might also play a huge role in it. Yeah, why not? Let's just talk to her. Let's see what happens. But first we can also talk to all of the others. Just in case.
What's on your mind?
Tadpoles, mostly. Why does Elminster have such faith in you?
I've often asked myself the same question, but never really found a satisfactory answer. You clearly see something in me that I can't. The wisdom and intelligence required to overcome almost insurmountable odds, perhaps? Or the stupidity required to attempt it.
The latter.
I'll take it as a compliment either way. You don't get to be 13 centuries old without becoming a sound judge of character. And cheese, apparently.
Keeps you young. So, do you regret not using the orb when you had the chance? Yeah.
I regret many things in my life. Choosing to be here, intact and unexploded, is not one of them. For now, to have a few more days in your company, no. I wouldn't change a thing.
Aww. Alright. So, let's talk with Carly.
Wow. So that was Mystra. Pretty spectacular stuff. But I think Gale was right not to agree to do her bidding, no questions asked. I respect the gods, but they don't always understand what they're asking of us. Maybe immortality makes it hard to know what it's like to be one of us piggies. Proud of Gale, though. It takes some man to hold his own in front of the divine.
Always hold the needle. So, need to stay behind. No. Anything else?
What's on your mind?
Tadpoles again. So, no secondary kind of thing. What about Lae'zel?
I do not trust Mystra to do right with the crown, but I think I trust Gale even less. He must give it to her when the time comes, or his lust for power might well consume him.
Wise words. Wise words. There was Tadpole. Wait for me to that. No. So, what about those two? And I have to get Halcyon back. That's one thing. Totally forgot about Halcyon. Poor fella.
Mystra has forsaken Gale entirely. A crushing blow.
What? No.
But he is strong enough to persevere, I think.
You have it all wrong, Shadowheart. Mystra is still on the side of Gale. It's just that her... yeah. She can't really say the truth just now. Otherwise, the whole game would not be as fun, wouldn't it? Remember when you told me Night Orchids were your favorite flowers? What?
Rings a bell. Why?
Just so happens I have one right here. What? I do. Very interesting.
Oh, health. You didn't pick that by hand, did you? They're deadly poisonous. Joking. They're safe. And beautiful. Thank you. I don't have anything to give you in return, I'm afraid.
What? I'm sure you'll come up with something in time. It's just a token. I don't expect anything in return. Well, I better take it back then. Well, I'm sure you'll come up with something in time. Actually, nah. I do want to go with 2, but also I want to say 1, but I don't want to say it like that. You know what? Let's just go with number 2.
Well, perhaps I can come up with something later, all the same.
Right.
This crown seems too powerful and dangerous an object for mere mortals to possess. Too dangerous even for Mystra. But I would sooner trust it with a god than with Gale.
It's not about who to trust that thing. You have to destroy it. Or actually, wait a minute, yeah, if you can use it, but the whole thing only works with the Carside Weave, right? It's a strange little crown. The thing is, it's not... The problem with the crown itself is that it only works if you can actually control it. Or like if... it's an item that provides the power. It's not like some god also that has the power innate in them, right? So in this case, the crown gives you the power, and if the crown is broken, you are broken. It's not that you yourself are the source of that power, and this is the difference. But then again, what's the difference between being bound to an item or being bound to a god? Does not matter. In both cases, the connection to a powerful source. The only thing that makes you powerful is to make it possible to connect to whatever powerful sources are out there, whatever shape or form when they come in. Weird. And he's gonna go up here, he's gonna go down there, and now the team is positioned just fine. So, potion vendor, and the hatch. Wait, I was already down the hatch. I don't need to do that again. Let's just get rid of this marker. Then there's another zombie over here. Then explore the sewers. I need to explore the sewers a little bit more. But I already did explore the sewers far enough, so I can get rid of this marker. Let's see. What about this one? Zombie Morbus? Okay, I just keep them just in case. This is there to finish the puzzle quicker. And Sorcerer's Foundries and the whole Night Zone business. Yeah, this is what I'm gonna do next. So, the thing is, the episode was mostly about the whole Mystra thing and whatnot. So when it comes to the Night Song, let's just cut it in 2 and let the Night Song be its own little episode. So until next time then, like and subscribe of course, and ta-ta!